All right, everyone, from inside the Zoom and here on site, I am pleased to welcome the champion of the 2022 Dana Open presented by Marathon. I know there are a lot of people who are looking to talk to you, but I just want to know first what the mindset was like for you as you got ready for today's final round.
Well, today, this week in general has been just very different than any other week on tour. I pretty much reset my whole kind of mental game, spent some time with one of my coaches, Steven, and we had a great time Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So yeah, it's been basically just creating more quiet moments and quiet spaces out there so I can flow a little bit more.
When did you really start to feel the momentum pick up for yourself?
Probably after 14, I think. We met that birdie putt, and I stayed calm. I did fist bump because I do a lot of fist bumps. But I stayed calm, and I knew that we had a chance, and that's all I wanted. I just wanted a chance, and I was hitting, such amazing shots into the greens all day long. I missed a couple of 6-footers for birdie. And so yeah, my caddy was like, hey, stay patient, stay in the moment, because we're not done yet.
Walk me through those last 3 holes for you.
Yeah, we hit a great drive on 16, and I hit it to 2 feet, my second shot. And then on 17, I knew it's so easy to get ahead of yourself because you have 2 par 5s and birdie opportunities. So yeah, I try to just break it down to 1 shot at a time. Hit a great 3-wood into a bunker and almost made it from the bunker on 17. And 18, I had probably the best drive all week. And didn't hit a great bunker shot on my 3rd shot, but I was standing over the last putt, and I told myself, this is exactly what I work for. This is exactly what I trained for, and so yeah, I'm really happy that it paid off.
I was going to ask before I open it up to everyone else, that final putt was much needed. It was the putt that would have broken any sort of tie. When you look back on that particular moment of the day, I mean, what was going through your mind?
I knew I had to make it because Megan was putting beautifully. She just got in a roll as well and a couple of birdies. So I told myself, well, I'm just going to try to roll it through here. And if it rolls through here, through this spot, it has a great chance. And I try to be calm all day long, but sometimes the excitement gets me, and I couldn't hold it for the last putt.
All right, I will begin to open it up for anyone on the Zoom. If there's any questions for Gaby, please let us know in the chat function so I know to call on you and ask you to unmute. But first, we'll start in the room here.
You began the day outside the top 10, and there were, I think, around 20 people within 5 shots of the lead. I mean, did you come out with like an aggressive mindset knowing that it was going to take something pretty low to have a chance?
More than aggressive mindset, I guess more of a quiet mindset. Yeah, I mean, I knew I had to make a lot of birdies to give myself a chance. I knew I needed to, with all the names in the leaderboard, with, Lexi and Nessa and, Hannah, so many girls that I know they can really go low on a Sunday. I just told myself, if I just try to break it down, like block it, block by block and box by box and shot by shot and process through process, if I do that, then we have a greater chance.
You and Megan both went really low today. Did you kind of feed off each other, playing in the same group at all? Or?
Yeah, I mean, when you see some putts rolling, it's kind of easier to visualize putts rolling into the cup. So, yeah, I try to do that. We kept a great sportsmanship out there. She's a great girl. She's going to win very soon. But, yeah, I was lucky that it got my way.
When the conditions are as they were, I mean, this softens the greens, which is nice, but at the same time, it's sloppy out there. Right?
Yeah.
How do you make it through that?
Yeah, I didn't have like the best warm-up, honestly. It was rainy, and I had to put my pants on and then my jacket off and on and off, and I really was struggling at the beginning, just getting comfortable. But walking up to one, I told myself, like, okay, I'm gonna make these conditions comfortable for me. Like if I just embrace this moment, if I like the rain, if I like the challenge, if I like the gray sky, then you're just gonna feel more comfortable over the ball, and as a consequence, just hitting greater shots.
Is that something you've had to do frequently in the past?
Honestly, I really like the tough conditions. I think that gives me more focus, but not every day is the same. And I don't know, sometimes you just gotta fight a little harder mentally than other days. And just being able to know exactly how I perform my best on the golf course, like getting to know myself and getting to know that inner Gaby, and making her best friend. I think that was the takeaway today.
You mentioned you've been working on your game for 8 months. What in particular made you win the golf tournament today that you set up?
I mean, honestly, I was very surprised how the year has been, because I have hit it the best I've ever hit it in my life through this year, but I just couldn't connect it. I was struggling sometimes on my driver and sometimes on my putter and sometimes on my iron shots. But I felt that I was hitting it really, really close the last couple months, and I was very, very frustrated that I couldn't connect it. And this week I've been able to just kind of quiet my mind and make it, one breath at a time, made it connect everything.
You mentioned you said mental block today in this press conference. How huge was that for you?
Sometimes the biggest win is not winning over the field, is winning against yourself and getting out of the way. And to me, it's overcoming those fears, overcoming those battles, those doubts, because sometimes you don't believe in yourself when you're in a hard stretch, right? So I think that's the biggest win, being able to recover myself from 2 injuries I had at the beginning of the year, and that sets you back, and you start doubting even more if you can come back from an injury, if you can come back with more speed and more consistency. So I'll take the win over my fears over any other.
You mentioned your grandmother on 18 green. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, my grandmother, she's pretty much my guide. She guides me through life. She guides me to God. And I've been in touch with her a lot this year, more than any other, because I felt that I was overthinking and doubting myself too much. And she always told me, that everything is inside of us. And if we start looking for everything outside, then we're not going to hit the jackpot. And we really got to just have true, honest conversations, even if we don't like them. She encouraged me to journal, to, kind of stay closer to God.
Gaby, I was talking to your host family. They told me a nice story about last night. I think before the big football game, you were helping them unload the dishwasher, and you took out a silver vase and kind of held it up like a trophy. What do you remember about that?
Yeah, so I was helping Steph getting everything out of the dishwasher, and all of a sudden I saw this exactly the same trophy as today. I think it's like probably I don't know, where you put flowers, right?
Yeah.
And I hold it and I'm like, oh my gosh, this looks exactly how the trophy looks like for tomorrow. And she said, well, you guys you should practice. So I hold it and I was like, okay. And honestly, you see, when that's when the mind gets really, really interesting.
Yeah.
When you see yourself a little bit where you want to be, and you see yourself ahead, it doesn't come as a surprise as much, probably. So yeah, the power of mind is pretty much everything in this game.
What did you think of the football game last night?
Well, I'm really proud of my Razorbacks, and so yeah, I'm just really happy that we can get more Hogs wins.
All right, I'm going to ask some questions from the Zoom. Beth Ann, if you'd like to unmute yourself, please.
Yes. Hello. Congratulations, Gaby.
Thank you, Beth.
You said something to Golf Channel about staying on the couch or something with the couch. I got to know what that's all about.
Yeah, I've been working with Steven Yellen and the Fluid Motion Factor for 8 years now. He came to Highland Meadows Golf Club this week for 3 days, and basically we just reset my mind. We try to stay, more quiet, more patient, get rid of all the drama, because I guess sometimes we expect perfection, and we are very, very mad when we miss a shot. So just getting rid of the drama and the reactions just really helped.
So where does the couch come in? Is it like you're in therapy on the couch?
Well, the couch comes from this story that, well, he has to tell you better than I can tell you, but basically, if you stay on the couch and you don't get ahead of yourself, then everything comes to you and you don't have to chase anything. So it's pretty much kind of letting everything come, staying comfortably sitting instead of going and rush it, everything.
Ah, well, I like that idea. My next just follow up question is: can you just give us the brief version of your 2 injuries?
Yes, March of 2022, I had a neck injury. I had a tear in a ligament on my interspinal ligament, and I had to stop. I had to withdraw from a couple of tournaments, and I was really in pain. But I still I played LA with pain, and then I withdrew, and then I had a tendonitis on my left wrist. I was a lot in pain at the U.S. Open. So yeah, I just felt like nothing was really clicking for me over the year. I was struggling physically, struggling mentally, and that's where the doubts and all the fears come through. And you know, you just gotta keep it real, and you gotta accept where you are, and you just gotta surround yourself with great people around you.
Any idea how the first injury happened? Was it hitting a shot?
No, it was jumping. So I'm really extreme. I'm very either all or nothing, right? So I did this kind of just squat jump, and I was kind of trying to touch the ceiling, and that's when I did. It was like a whiplash movement, and I just tear my ligament on my neck, and yeah, it wasn't fun.
Oh, yikes. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Beth Ann. Steve, if you'd like to unmute yourself.
Hey, Gabby, congratulations.
Thank you.
You talked about the mental resets that you've been having, but you're driving it right now straighter than I can point. Is there anything you've done mechanically in your golf swing to turn the driver around?
Yes, I didn't hit a lot of fairways early in the season, and that was to me. I've always think that my driver has been my strength, and my putting. And this year I have drove it terribly for so many tournaments. So, you know, just trying to get more tempo on my backswing and not kind of rush it back. That just got me more coordination and get it more in the middle of the club face of the impact.
And for those of us who were watching on television, you immediately, once you found out you'd won, got on a FaceTime with somebody. Who was that?
That was my boyfriend, Santi. Yeah, he was crying. He's been my rock. He's got me through hard times. Can't tell you how many times I've cried next to him, and he's just been holding my hand and telling me that everything's gonna be fine. As much as we learn from every mistake we make.
Great, thank you.
Thank you, Steve. Another English question here, and then Erica, I will get to you on the Zoom. So, David?
After your round, you and Megan kind of exchanged a little moment, high five and hug. Just wondering if what was said between you guys after the round today.
To Megan?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She came up to me and she said, yeah, you're a rock star. Like, you just pulled this off, you know, an amazing putt to win. And I think we just had a great time out there. We were really embracing each other's great shots. I feel that when you keep the energy light, when you keep the energy positive, it comes back to you. In life, in everything, what you give is what you receive. So I was really cheering, for the good shots that we were making in the group.
All right, Erica, I'll call on you on the Zoom if you'd like to unmute yourself.
Hola, muy buenas tardes, Gaby. Muchísimas felicidades. La última vez que nos vimos hablabas sobre lo complicado que era mantenerse positivo cuando las cosas no iban bien. Y justamente ahorita tienes el fruto de ese mantenerse positivo a pesar de que a veces las cosas se pusieron un poco negras.
Sí, ha sido muy difícil mantenerme positiva este año. De hecho, mi mantra este año ha sido ser valientemente positiva. Y la he pasado mal porque he pasado momentos muy difíciles, momentos muy, muy duros, físicamente, mentalmente, donde no estaba en un lugar muy cómodo y un lugar muy sano. Pero bueno, con la práctica y el esfuerzo de dar lo mejor de ti de una manera positiva hacia los demás, hacia tu equipo, hacia lo que haces, al final todo paga.
Hablabas de que habías estado muy cerca de tu abuela, de tu coach. que te están empezando a jalar a ese lugar cómodo mentalmente que te permite ser tú y sentirte libre dentro del campo. ¿Puedes contarme un poquito en español acerca de lo que ha sido este trayecto en donde vas acompañada?
Sí, estamos jugando, esta semana jugamos en Silvania. Mi abuela se llama Vania. Ella ha sido literalmente mi guía por la vida y hacia Dios. Mi abuela básicamente ha sido la persona que me mantiene fuerte. La adoro, la amo. Esta victoria va para ella. Estoy muy orgullosa de ser su nieta.
El hecho de poder haber tronado como esta racha que traías tú mentalmente, porque desde un principio lo tenías bien identificado que era una cuestión mental y no tanto la física. Supongo que esto te da muchísima motivación para salir adelante y seguir torneo a torneo sumando cosas.
Yo sé perfectamente bien que el mejor golf de Gaby está por salir. Y lo vengo diciendo hace mucho tiempo y a lo mejor mucha gente no lo creía y a lo mejor mucha gente pensaba lo contrario, pero estoy segura de que el mejor golf de Gaby está por venir. Y si sigo haciendo las cosas bien, si sigo haciendo las cosas pequeñas, son las cosas grandes son las que salen. Pero más que nada las hago de la mano de todo mi equipo de trabajo, que sé que ellos son las personas que me guían para dar el siguiente paso.
Por último, de mi parte, tienes 2 triunfos previos dentro de la LPGA. ¿Cuál supo mejor?
Yo creo que
¿Por qué?
estar cuatro golpes atrás, tirando 8 abajo en la última ronda, metiendo un pot que impresionante para darme la oportunidad. Es simplemente para probarte a ti mismo lo fuerte que eres mentalmente cuando piensas que no lo eres. Y al final, cuando tú ganas hacia ti, cuando tú le ganas a tus miedos, le ganas a tus dudas, le ganas a tus inseguridades, es cuando todo sabe un poquito mejor.
¿A dónde va a llegar Gaby López si sigue con este paso?
No sé hasta dónde, pero va a llegar muy lejos, yo creo.
Muchas gracias y muchas felicidades.
Gracias.
All right, I'll do one final wrap up here in the room with anybody with questions. All right. I know we mentioned it a little bit. I know you were just talking about it in Spanish, but you mentioned on the green your grandmother's name and the name of the town that we're playing in. Do you mind sharing what kind of the connection is there?
Yeah, sure. So we're playing in Sylvania, and
Complicado que era mantener.
my grandmother's name is Vania. So it's so funny because she told my mom at the beginning of the week, oh, she's going to win because it's Sylvania and I'm Vania. So, it's just probably the greatest coincidence because this win definitely goes to her. She is my guide through life and to God, and I'm super thankful that, I still have her, and I'm going to share with her this.
Absolutely. Thank you, Gabby, for joining, and congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you guys.